Hello and welcome to the first episode of Tractor Bob's Tractor Reviews. Today we're going over the SA221 Yanmar Tractor. It's a fully outfitted multi-purpose compact tractor powered by a fuel-efficient 3-cylinder liquid-cooled Yanmar diesel engine. We're going to share with you some of the specs, some of the capabilities, and the standard features that come on this particular tractor. In the future episodes, we'll be working our way up in horsepower. It's good to note that we do have mowers, trailers, and a lot of other equipment here on the yard. So check out our videos on the different inventory that we have. And if you see something that you like, if you see something that you want to review on, make sure and drop a comment down below and we will get that review go ahead and taken care of. Without further ado, let's get started on reviewing the SA221 Yanmar Tractor. Alright, so before we jump into some of the specs and standard features that come on the SA221, it's important to touch base on the way that Yanmar designs all of their products, all of their tractors, and that is that they design all of the components in-house, all by Yanmar, so you're not getting a bunch of different manufacturers from all over the place. Yanmar takes the engine, designs the engine, the front axle, the transmission, and the final drive, most importantly, all of those things together to work seamlessly and smoothly. Now, of course, Yanmar is most well known as an engine company, and they make engines for other tractor companies, such as the famous John Deere tractor. Perhaps the most well-known tractor out there is the John Deere. Yanmar actually designs their engine. This tractor everything's designed by Yanmar. That essentially gives you a lot more power, a lot more capabilities with less horsepower. You're running 3,200 RPMs at the back as well as the front. So most people, they have that 3,200 RPMs at the front, but they're not running that 3,200 RPMs at the back or in the mid. So let's talk about some of the different features that are on this tractor that comes standard with it. You have smooth hydraulic power steering, one-touch on-off hydraulic independent rear PTO, ergonomic design, which we'll go into that later for the user. We have a hydrostatic transmission with dual pedals. So you have your front pedal and your back pedal positioned so that it feels natural when you're going in that forward or reverse position. Power steering is super easy to use. You can turn it with one finger. PTO and 3-point hitch for attachments. Again, this is a 21 horsepower engine. As you can see, I have armrests that I can raise or lower. Another thing is the front end loader control joystick. We have it right here positioned so that when I have my armrest down, my elbow, my forearm can be rested on that armrest while I control the front end loader. The parking brake is in a convenient position with the parking brake lock also conveniently placed. If you want to lock the front end loader, you just pull up or push down. With all of these standard features, you know, a lot of these features on other tractors is going to run you up with more cost. Your 3-point hitch in the back is controlled the up and down right here, easy for you to access. On this other side is to switch from your rear to your front. Right here on the right hand side is your emergency lights, which they're blinking on right now, headlights, and your turning signals. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now, show you how easy it starts up and turn this wheel with just one finger. So it starts right up, and I can just turn that with one finger. Now it's also important to note that the turning radius on the Yanmar is very tight. So back here we have a 3-point hydraulic hitch system, which is going to allow you to get things on and off easily and it's also going to let you have basically an endless amount of attachments back here, so you can maximize your use, your functions for this tractor. So this tractor comes standard with the ability to attach a 60-inch mid-mount drive-over mower. The front end loader has hydraulic lift, dual hydraulic lift. It's going to give you even and strong power, and it's going to have a lot of torque. It also has quick hitch capabilities, so it'll be easy to switch from a bucket to a fork, or a hay baler, whatever you want on there. It's going to be easy to get it on and off. Now that we've taken a look at the standard features that come on the SA221, let's go back and see how it stacks up against its competition. Okay, so let's go into some of the specifications. We're going to be comparing, of course, the SA221 along with the Kubota BX2380, and lastly the John Deere 2025R. It's important to note the maker of the engine. So Yanmar, of course, like I said earlier on the video, makes the engine for the Yanmar, and the Kubota makes the Kubota engine, and the Yanmar company actually makes the John Deere engine as well. And as you can see, Yanmar has 21.5 horses. Now the Kubota, the 2380, has 21.6 horses, and the John Deere has 23.9 horses. So the Yanmar, as you can see, has the lowest horsepower. So for max torque, we're looking at 39.4 pounds per foot for Yanmar. It's actually not listed on Kubota's website what their pounds per foot is. Not everybody lists everything as far as the specifications go, but I did my best with including what information they had. And then the John Deere, coming just under the Yanmar, has 39 pounds per foot for the max torque. The PTO, 19.4 horsepower for Yanmar, and as you can see, Kubota and John Deere are both lower. The Kubota and the John Deere, as you move through the PTO from the mid to the rear, it significantly drops in RPM capabilities. With the Yanmar, you get 3,200 all the way across. Let's look at the loader specifications. So the first is the implement hydraulics, and that L/M stands for liters a minute. And as you can see, John Deere has the lowest liters per minute. Kubota has an extremely high amount of implement hydraulic fluid coming through at 23.5 liters a minute, and then Yanmar has that 16.1 liters per minute. Okay, so next is the lift height, and as you can see on the rest of this graph, John Deere had none of these specifications on their website, which is a little bit frustrating because it would be nice to compare these things, but they actually don't have that information included on their website. So, lift height, 71 inches for both the Kubota and the Yanmar. Reach is 47 inches for the Yanmar and 54.8 inches for the Kubota. Lift capacity, Yanmar has close to 100 pounds more of lifting capacity at 825 pounds, and Kubota at 739 pounds for the front end loader. Dumping time, 1.5 seconds, 2.7 seconds. That's not going to make a huge time difference for what you're doing, more than likely, but you never know. Now let's go into the backhoe specifications. So the 3-point hitch capacity for the Yanmar is 660 pounds per foot. The Kubota is 680, and the John Deere is 882. They all have limited one category hitch types. And the digging depth, once again, John Deere has none of this other information down below. So 78.4 inches for the Yanmar and 73 inches for the Kubota. Swing arm, 150 degrees, Yanmar, 140 degrees, Kubota. So neck and neck right there. Loading height is the same, and bucket cylinder digging force, 2,600 pounds for Yanmar and 1936 for Kubota, and that's pounds per foot. So dipper stick digging force, we have 1475 for Yanmar and 1,171 pounds per foot for Kubota. Dimensions, so let's go into, just the size of these things to give you a better idea. Maybe you're going to be working in tight spaces. Okay, so clearance from the ground is 10.8 inches for Yanmar, Kubota 8.4 inches, and John Deere 12.5 inches for the clearance. Clearly here John Deere has 2 inches over Yanmar, a little bit less than that. Next, the turning radius. The Kubota is coming in just under the Yanmar by a few inches. Wheelbase 57.9 for Yanmar, 55.1 for Kubota, and 63 inches for John Deere. Next is the width, so 47.3 Yanmar, 44.1 Kubota. John Deere is the highest weight, almost 1,800 pounds. The Kubota is 1,443 pounds, and the Yanmar is 1,537 pounds. So now that we've looked at the engine, the loader, the backhoe, and the dimension specifications of these three tractors, let's take a look at the cost. So as you can see, the cost for the Yanmar is about $5,000 less than the John Deere and Kubota. The John Deere being the most expensive, $469 to be exact, more expensive than the Kubota. I got the Kubota prices online from local retailers, and I also got the John Deere price from John Deere's website because they do have those prices listed. The Yanmar price is what we charge here at Tractor Bob's. However, your local dealer, I imagine it's close to the same. So now that you've looked at the cost and all of the specifications, comparing the Yanmar, Kubota, and John Deere tractors, all under 24 horsepower, let's go to the rock pile. Now normally, we have an attachment on the rear to give you a little bit more weight in the back. But as you can see, this bucket is full. We can move back just fine. Now it's pretty safe to say this is about as full as you can get this bucket. And we're full of gravel, we're not full of dirt. So this is going to be the heaviest thing that you're probably going to ever be picking up with this front end loader. So let's go ahead, lift it up as high as we can. So that's at our max height. So you can see just how much it is. And then what you can do with this joystick, push all the way forward, my hands aren't on it. It put me in a position to grade this down. And then you just bring it back up. And you can grade it down. Let's get a little bit more. Again, you just push all the way up on that. You can get a little bit more if you want. Let's lift it up a little bit. Easy, no problem. I'm just gonna pick up these rocks that I got before. Along with some more rocks, and you can see how this thing's it's doing a lot better with that box blade on the back. And just like before, we got a full bucket. And notice how I'm moving up and tilting at the same time. And I'm a lot more stable with this box blade on the back. Not only does it add more weight, but it also keeps me from swaying too much side to side. So I'm going to dump this to show you how much it is. But before I do that, I'm going to rev it down to those low RPMs. We're all the way down. And I can still raise it. I can still raise it up. Max height. And I'm not pushing back on this hard. I can drop this real quick if I want to. But I don't want to do that because of how much weight it is. And I don't want to put that extra strain on any of those components. So we're going to be safe with it. Not that this tractor can't handle it. It absolutely can. But it's not fun to bounce around. My Jack in the Box Coca-Cola is still upstanding, just right, even though it's bouncing down a little bit. So I hope this little demonstration showed you guys some of the insane capabilities that this 21.5 horsepower engine has. How those hydraulic pumps allow it to lift higher, lift more, lift quicker, and also stay steady, even at low RPMs. So I hope this helped you out a little bit in understanding the Yanmar SA221, the Yanmar brand in general and how it's created, and also how it stacks up against the competition. We're not here to just sell you a tractor. We want to make sure that the choice that you make, whether it's the SA221, a more powerful tractor, or maybe not even a tractor at all. Maybe after watching this you decide, maybe I just want a mower instead. I'm not going to be doing all of this, so maybe I don't want all of those capabilities, all of those features. This video is to educate you on the features, the capabilities, and the statistics of this tractor. So we hope that you enjoyed this video. We hope that you enjoyed this demonstration. And if you get the chance, drop a like down below and leave a comment if there's anything else that you would like us to review. Like I said, we're going to start with the SA221 and we're going to work our way up to the 59. If there's any other features that we missed out on that you want to add to it, make sure and comment on that. Or if there's a question that you have, just leave your questions and we'll try to get back to them as quickly as we can. Again, I'm over here at Tractor Bob's. My name is Philip, and this has been the first episode of Tractor Bob's Tractor Reviews.